I'm so excited to see everyone back on campus. We are happy to have you here. I'm Erin McKell, and I'm starting my 6th year as principal of St. Edward Catholic School. I want to thank the board members and PTO families who were part of planning and visioning meetings this summer for our school year and worked on various projects to get our campus ready. Our school is a beautiful community thanks to the support and volunteerism of our families. Thank you all for your help in building a school of Caritas and Ministerium. G.K. Chesterton said that education is the soul of a society as it passes from one generation to the next. Our vision at St. Edward Catholic School is to establish a community of lifelong learners built on the pillars of love, reason, and service. We achieve this vision through our partnership with parents as we work together to help all our students grow in knowledge, love, and service to God. The key to success in this endeavor is building a strong community through authentic and meaningful relationships. We hope you will accept our invitation to get involved and engage as an important part of our community. Here at St. Edward Catholic School, we are consciously working to create a supportive community. Let me introduce several key people who will be invaluable resources to all of you during the school year. Our assistant principal, Amy Leslie, will be stepping into this role this year and provide some much needed support to the administration team. Our athletic director, Brianna Cuellar, can provide information about after-school sports. Our communications coordinator, Valerie Byers, manages our Facebook space, composes the weekly newsletter, helps share all the wonderful things we do as a community. Ashley Singletary is our new library manager and will be working to enhance the library program. Melissa Correa is our lunchroom coordinator and can answer all lunch-related questions. Nancy Schaefer is our St. Edward Extended Day Director, and she can answer all your questions about before and after care. Bernice Havens and Rachel Vance are the glue that holds the school office together and can help with almost everything. Here are some of the wonderful traditions we take part in to build community. The foundation of all we do at St. Edward is our relationship with God. We begin the day with prayer during morning announcements. Students pray the Angelus and Examen at noon. They say the grace before meals, and they also say the grace after meals at the end of lunch. The entire campus prays the closing prayer together at the end of the day before dismissal. In addition to attending Mass on First Fridays, we also recite the Divine Mercy Chaplet in front of the Blessed Sacrament. The priest then blesses the congregation, and the monstrance is processed from the altar to the Holy Cross Chapel. Junior high students spend religion classes and adoration on First Fridays. This year, we will be adding additional opportunities for students to attend Mass on important feast days and memorials during the liturgical year. Once a month, parent volunteers provide a special birthday lunch for students whose birthday falls during the month. Spirit Days are an opportunity for students to celebrate their monarch identity. The last Thursday of the month is Spirit Day, and students are allowed to wear jeans and a spirit shirt on these days. Special spirit items are available for purchase during student lunches, and we generally have a fundraising opportunity through a local eatery for dinner. We celebrate our community feast day in conjunction with the parish the second Sunday in October with our fall festival. The school is planning to sponsor a bucket dunking booth at the festival this year. Father Christian and Father Thomas have already agreed to join us, so it is sure to be a busy booth. Volunteers are needed to make this community event a success, so mark your calendars for October 13th and plan on joining us for all the festival fun. Monarchs with Merit help students grow in the practice of the theological and cardinal virtues. We have aligned the virtues with our guidance program, Frenzy, to help our students connect virtuous habits with social-emotional learning. Last year, we introduced 3 programs focused on student social-emotional learning and safety. I am excited to say that we will continue all 3 programs in the 24-25 school year. Frenzy, our weekly guidance program, will enter year 2, and students will continue to grow in the 5 core competencies of self-awareness, self-management, social awareness, relationship skills, and responsible decision-making. Smart Families Shaping Souls is a grassroots initiative designed to encourage, empower, educate, and support parents and children to navigate the dangers of technology. After a successful pilot year, I look forward to more opportunities to help our families develop healthy and positive technology use habits. Pick My Kid will be used more robustly for dismissal this year. We'll talk more about this when we get to car line, but for now, let me stress that it is vital that all vehicles use the yellow car tag during dismissal. We continue to renew our school and move closer to fully adopting a classical educational model. We will be partnering with an organization called Beautiful Teaching. They will help guide both parents and teachers on the path of beautiful education. Two important classical practices, which we will focus on this year, are narration and recitation. Narration is the art of telling back what is heard or read as accurately as possible. Developing the skill of narration helps train students' minds to retain and integrate new information so they may use the information in the future. Recitation is the practice of reciting from memory beautiful written works. We will begin by building on the recitation of Latin hymns presented during morning announcements. Speaking of Latin, we had a major shift in our language program offering over the summer due to hiring and budgetary constraints. Our junior high students will now continue the Latin instruction that they began in elementary school. Formal instruction in Latin is an integral part of classical education, so this will help us as we move closer to seeking classical accreditation. But we understand that Spanish is important, especially in Texas. So we are seeking ways that we can continue to expose our students to Spanish language. The FACS Family Portal is a place to find information on your students' grades, lunch orders, as well as the school directory and other important announcements. This year, we will begin using the FACS Family Portal to communicate about assignments and daily work. Mrs. Cantu will continue to teach students how to use Teams in computer since it is part of the Microsoft Office suite, but we will not be utilizing Teams as a communication tool for other classes. Even our experienced families have questions every once in a while. Never be afraid to ask. We're here to help. Let's see if I can guide you through some of the most common queries we receive. Mass uniforms are required on Mass days, the first and last days of school, Fridays, holy days of obligation, as well as other important feasts and memorials that are on the website calendar. We understand that many of the required uniform pieces are currently backordered. Please communicate with your homeroom teacher if you are waiting on a required item so they are aware as to why your student is not in full uniform. Please follow the uniform requirements as closely as possible as we wait for these backordered items to arrive. We will continue to work with our Flynn O'Hara rep to ensure all backordered items are delivered as soon as possible. Roadrunner Food Services provides lunch on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Orders are placed by Wednesday of the week prior to service. Changes to the order are allowed up to the Wednesday order deadline. PTO will continue selling Chick-fil-A lunches on Mondays and pizza lunches on Fridays. Lunch orders for Monday and Friday are placed through the Family Portal on a monthly basis. Watch the newsletter and Monarch parent page for ordering deadlines. Students who forget lunch will be given an alternative lunch and parents will be charged a forgotten lunch fee of $6 through fax. Families are asked to volunteer 20 hours per year in service to the St. Edward School community. Service hours are self-logged through the Family Portal and fax. Opportunities for weekday, evening, and weekend service hours are posted in the weekly newsletter, and all hours are due by March 31st, 2025. In order to volunteer and attend events at the school, the Archdiocese requires that all individuals who will interact with our student body receive their Safe Haven certification. This program ensures that all employees and volunteers who are in a position of trust with children within our school and parish are background checked, trained to recognize behavior patterns of potential abusers, and are prepared to provide proactive measures for preventing abuse in any context. It is essential you complete this training as soon as possible so that you may volunteer on school grounds and attend popular activities like school day family picnics. If you do not have the training completed, we are not permitted to let you volunteer or to attend certain school day events. Our accreditation team last year recommended reviewing our car line procedures to enhance safety. After meeting with law enforcement and discussions with parents, it was determined that we needed to consolidate all families into a single unloading zone for drop-off and loading zone for dismissal. Last year, we introduced Pick My Kid for dismissal. This year, we will expand our use of Pick My Kid, allowing students to remain indoors until their car is in or near the loading zone. Staff will digitally line cars up using Pick My Kid outside. This information is translated to our new Promethean boards in each classroom. Student names will display on the boards inside, at which time students will make their way to the front of the junior high building for dismissal. Parents, you can help afternoon car line flow smoothly by checking in on the app when you arrive on campus and displaying your yellow car line tag in your window every day. Cars without a yellow car line tag will need to show ID before they are allowed to pick up a student. In the mornings, all cars will enter through the main center gate and turn left at the first parking row, then snake around, turning right at the last parking row. This will help prevent cars from backing up on Spring-Steubner, as well as provide a safe walking space for pre-K parents. Pre-K parents should turn right in the middle row of spaces and park to walk their students safely to the pre-K building. If they have older children, they can then escort them to the middle door of the elementary building or the back door of the junior high building. Pre-K parents may exit out the center gate. All cars carrying K through 8 students will proceed in a single lane past the field and the playground to the unloading zone in front of the elementary building. Staff will be present to help students unload and enter the elementary building. Junior high students will pass through the elementary building to the junior high building. Cars will remain stopped until students have entered the building. Parents will then proceed to the exit where a sheriff's deputy will direct traffic. The deputies serving our school are coming to our car line after working a night shift, and there may be times when they are unable to be present for morning car line. Regardless of the presence of the officer at the exit, all cars must turn right onto Spring-Steubner to prevent the car line from backing up onto the property. The west gates will open at 2:30 to allow parents to begin lining up. Cars should form 4 lines in front of the elementary building, stopping at the rope between the edge of the elementary building and the rectory. The 4 lines will zipper merge into 2 lines as they come past the rectory in front of the playground. The 2 inner lines on the side of the elementary building should take turns forming the inner lane, and the 2 outer lanes should take turns forming the outer lane. Staff will be present in the parking lot to check parents in to Pick My Kid and guide cars to the loading zone in front of the junior high building. Cars making a left on Spring-Steubner should exit through the center gate, and cars making a right should proceed to the easternmost gate. This is a message from Valerie Byers, our communications director. She has asked me to share with you how to keep up to date on all the happenings at St. Edward Catholic School. Every Thursday morning, you should receive our weekly newsletter through Flocknote. This newsletter is your key for everything that is happening at St. Edward Catholic School. Is it long? Yes. The newsletter is both the repository of all the information you need to know, as well as documentation of all our activities and events. The newsletter has all the things you need to know. We do also offer updates and reminders via our public Facebook page and our private Facebook page. If you are on Facebook, we ask you to follow our public page and to join our private page. Please note that only parents and guardians of students are allowed on the private page. Please do not add outside family members, as we limit access to images of and information about our students for their safety. The newsletter, reminder emails, and texts all come through Flocknotes. If you are not getting emails or texts from Flocknotes now or at any time during the year, please contact Valerie Byers as soon as possible. Also note that if you use dark mode on your phone or computer, that mode may affect how the text of the newsletter and other communications appear on your screen. Our website coordinator is Stephanie Aquila. Ms. Aquila works remotely, so if you have any changes, updates, or issues having to do with the website, please contact Valerie, and she will work with Stephanie to rectify them. Also on the website and in the newsletter is our school calendar. We work diligently to keep that calendar up to date and full of the information you need. You can sync the website calendar to your personal calendar for your convenience, but please make sure to sync it regularly so that you get any new events added in. We are currently adding in the full year of activities, and the calendar on the website should be complete. Again, if you have any questions regarding communications, please contact Valerie Byers. You can find her email address on the website.